Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Sidekick Tarot. I'm Brian, and thank you for being here. This is going to be a general reading, so everything may not resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. Or if you're interested in more tarot readings after this, go ahead and check out my wife's channel, Val33 Tarot. She's review as well. Thank you. I'll be starting by pulling your current or overall energy, and then we'll be going into clarifiers. Okay, I'll get the cards out first, and then I'll begin. Okay. Yeah. I feel that. Okay. All right. Jumping into this, Cancer. A little bit interesting here. A little bit interesting. A little bit back and forthness mentally about something, but jumping into this, what you're showing me, slow and steady. You're moving at a pace. You're moving at a pace that's very cautious, very aware of your steps. I do see that there is an energy here of possibly a little bit of uncertainty regarding how things are going to go, especially with that awareness and that cautiousness to you, how you're moving. At the same time, I feel like there is going to be some type of breakthrough here regarding your situation. What's interesting about this, you're showing up with a lot of emotional investment in this. At the same time, there is this truth that comes out. Or is there? Because you're ultimately as well showing me immediately following this truth, you're not too sure. And so I kind of feel like whether the truth came out or not, or maybe you realized it or found it or not, there is a little bit of indecisiveness as to what to do to kind of utilize it and work with it. But that being said, what you're saying is you're not too sure. So the only thing you kind of do is listen to yourself, trust your instincts, and kind of try to formulate some sort of possible plan here, which I do see is changing your perspective. Regarding the plan, it's almost as if as soon as you start to work on something regarding this situation, that's when things begin to kind of clear up for you. And this is fascinating because it's a little bit of a, okay, I'm starting to see the sides here and how things work. Let me kind of be patient and see where this goes. And again, you do show me this energy of accomplishment and success at the end of this. So whether this was what you're working on or towards, congrats, you get there. At the same time, I'm a little curious to see how this is going to go. So let's go ahead and jump into clarifiers. I feel like this isn't necessarily what you're mainly focused on. I feel like you have it, but okay. Yes, slow and steady. Slow and steady to getting everything back on track. Okay, so you're doing it. You're doing the work. You're doing the work. You know where you're going. You know what you want. Yeah, and that's what I thought. That's what I thought. It was a question of it. I had the question of it. You have a breakthrough, but you don't fully understand it. And so it's also kind of causing you to want to understand or see more. You're wanting to kind of open up to things a little bit here. It's like, okay, well, in order to kind of really put this back on track, I'm going to need to be very aware of everything. Yeah. Yeah, there's a consideration of possibly communicating to someone and letting them know how you feel. Or just letting them know where you're at, but I feel like at the same time you're kind of waiting for this to kind of shift in your favor. Yeah, you're waiting on it to shift. Jeez, jeez, jeez. You're kind of telling me, I can see the finish line. I can see the finish line. It's right there. I'm almost there. I've almost made it. I've almost made it. But those last steps you got to take. Yeah. Goodness. And I believe I saw this for, Capricorn. It's an energy of this could go really well or really great, or it can go really not so great and not so well. You're trusting yourself and you're listening to your instincts at the same time. It's slowly becoming more and more painful. It almost feels like sitting with it, sitting in your own silence, trying to figure out something. Like what is going on? Ooh, yeah, this is something between you and someone. I'm not too sure exactly what this connection is. But again, there's that consideration of planning for a connection or possibly planning to communicate for the sake of a connection. I don't know exactly what the extent of this connection is. But there's a connection there. There's a connection. Yeah, you're just kind of thinking about it. Yeah. You're making plans, but you're kind of also saying, I just want to see how things work out first. Yeah. You're wanting to know if something is worth fighting for, whether it be a connection or whether it be a financial endeavor. But you are showing me right now, Cancer, it is definitely a connection. You're trying to determine and trying to kind of process and digest and figure out, like, okay, regarding all this situation and the circumstances, is this connection still worth fighting for? Can this still kind of turn out in my favor? Will there be a connection? Will there not be a connection? You're kind of saying, yeah, there's an energy here of some type of relationship or commitment in place. I don't know exactly what this is, but it's fascinating because there is this energy of recognition and success and status. But ultimately, what you're showing me, Cancer, is this type of recognition of position, success, or status is possibly for the sake of the relationship or the commitment or possible marriage here. Ultimately, what you're saying is something working out for you with your career-wise is good for the two of you and this connection. I'm not too sure exactly what the details or dynamics of the situation are. But again, there is a little bit of back and forthness about to say something, to not say something. How is this going to move forward? Let me try and wait and see. Let me kind of gain some clarity, figure out what I want to do, and then kind of do it. So, of course, if you are dealing with anyone, we do have Libra and Pisces. Goodbye.